Yo guys, this is Reinhardt and this is gonna be your favorite Choo Choo Train episode. So we're running a TSG against a rank 1 Shadow Priest Ceezarbeats and his Shadow Priest Warrior Resto Shaman. And it's actually not a very easy comp to beat as a TSG because of the amount of pills that they have. They specifically spec into Avoid Tendrils, into Staggering Shout, into Earth Grab. Basically they have root for every single thing that they actually need to do. And with that said, they do have quite a good amount of pills for the shaman. But anyway, so this is gonna be actually a good drawn out match, and I'm gonna be commentating it at the same time. So right now what I did is I spread a lot of disease because I had my proc trinkets, my activate trinket, and I summoned my gargoyle before. And I'm switching to a shaman with a full root on him, and I'm starting to wail on him a little bit by little bit. And of course, when I actually use my empowering weapon, I got Void Tendrils. So during that time I gripped him twice, I put a chain of ice on him, and I tried to pin him down. So right now Shaman is using Healing Tide Totem, and you gotta kill those pesky assholes. And at this point in time, right now I didn't copy anything important. My pet is getting low because I was forced to pet sack, and I'm gonna have to heal my pet for a little bit and pop Huddle on it at the same time. And I'm swapping to a warrior here really quickly, and I'm trying to kite him at the same time. So my warrior is getting up there, and they're thinking of doing actual swap, and I just fell down for absolutely no apparent reason because I thought they actually gonna go down here, and they did, but a bit of a half a second later. So I'm gonna grab the warrior off my warrior because he was getting down to 50k HP, and this is the thing as a DK. What you need to do is you need to be peeling a lot of peeling. And at this point in time I said I'm actually fine to take care of the warrior because I still have AMS Lichborn, and this is what I'm gonna be using right now. Is I'm gonna be AMSing and Lichborning just so I can get caught up on healing. And basically I'm gonna peel the warrior just a little bit more, pin him down back there, and swap into a shaman with no warrior to peel. And this is gonna be where we're gonna be putting out a massive pressure, just so you know that the shamans are actually pretty vulnerable against the cleaves. So in this case he was forced to pop Spirit Link. I'm swapping to Spirit Link, we killed it, and right now I'm going back on the shaman. And the shaman is getting relatively low here from a decay alone, and I'm stacking necrotics into his throat. He put a grounding totem up, and we're basically swapping to a shaman here and putting the Soul Reaper up. The priest did a life swipe on the shaman, and the shaman again escapes because we got a full shockwave. Gotta love that ability, huh guys? A shockwave, the shockwave. It's very shocking, my friends. So as a TSG, you guys know the main rule. Probably train the healer till he dies. I'm gonna try to put a D&D there just in case, because the shaman is going and the shaman actually in the previous matches against us drank a couple times, and they actually resulted getting a win. So basically this time we're not letting him to drink at all whatsoever, gripping him back up when he's trying to get upstairs, putting a chain of ice on him. Now I have a lot of freaking procs, as you guys can see, Fallen Crusader, and it's time for me to actually spread some AIDS, my friends. Spread some AIDS, spread some pressure damage. Make sure the shaman is gonna go more and more And I'm swapping to a warrior here because as a TSG, the main thing you need to do is you need to be a fucking train. And what I mean by that is that you absolutely cannot allow a TSG to actually do it, not do damage. So the shaman is drinking right now, and we're popping him out of it. And the reason why I grip the warrior upstairs there is because my warrior again is dipping low. It's funny, but I actually am forced to peel for my warrior. And one thing I want to say about my warrior, he's a very good warrior, very skilled warrior, but he does have a speech impediment. And basically what I mean by that is talk very well and very clear, and a lot of people on my stream was actually wondering about that too. So anyway, at this point in time I'm switching to warrior. We got a full shockwave on him, we got Soul Reaper going on him, I got a few necrotics as your best friend when it comes to fighting a warrior. My procs are vanishing, and regardless of that, I'm still applying Unholy Frenzy on myself and start swapping to a shaman with the activate trinket at the same time. He's jumping down. I do have a Soul Reaper on him, and at this point in time my paladin is going shaman's getting the Soul Reaper blossomed on him, and my warrior actually executed him and finished him off. It was actually a very big drawn out fight. It usually doesn't last that long as a TSG. It usually lasts a lot less long, especially for just playing up against a bunch of random teams, but this team was actually very good, and it was a really good actual fight, I would say. They're pretty skilled players, and not gonna diminish them by any means possible. So at this point in time, we won against the Shadow Priest, Warrior, Shaman, and that was a very frustrating match to fight. It was above 2200 MMR. The team that we actually fought was initially 2300 rating. This is gonna be a much faster match, and for this one, Shaman's gonna be actually trying to juke us a lot around the pillar, so I decided to actually go with the Dansonnbeats. And Dansonnbeats is very good at chasing the enemy healers, chasing the enemy targets, especially very good in twos when you're fighting against a Resto Druid. A lot of people for some reason undermine that ability, but I do find that it's pretty amazing when you're actually going to be chasing a Resto Druid, especially if the opposite team doesn't have a really good reliable pill. Now with all the cooldowns popped, we actually forced the Shaman to use his Spirit Link Totem almost instantaneously, and this is actually not going to be as drawn out match as it would be. I'm killing the Healing Tide Totem. I got silenced, and the reason why they silenced me, so I couldn't live grip the Shaman back, and that was a really good build because my Paladin is not gonna be silenced now. At the same time, we got a full Hodge, and I Fat Fingered a Dark Simulacrum on the Warrior. That usually never doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen sometimes on me because I use like 5 different Dark Simulacrum. I actually meant to do a Chain of Ice arena player, and I forgot to put a shift on, but whatever it is, I'm swapping to Warrior here while my friend is training the Shaman. By the way, for those who doubted, it's actually a very reliable strategy to do, because the Shamans are very prone to actually I would say target splitting, and as a TSG it's actually not viable. Now I had a proc trinket, I used my activate trinket, I spread some AIDS, spread some diseases, grip the Shaman back in the open, and we're wailing on him like there is no tomorrow, stacking some Necros with the Soul Reaper up. The Shaman croaks like a motherfucker. And we also got a CC cross CC chain on the priest, though it doesn't show out here. So at this point in time, I'm getting a little bit dangerously low here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop my Pet Sack, and I'm gonna kite. I'm gonna kite just to make sure that the enemy team doesn't have absolutely any way or any reasons to be winning, because it actually does sometimes suck when you actually win against a healer and the enemy team solos one of your DPS and potentially have a 2v3 match. And I also focus my infos that priest when I swap the focus here, and basically right now we're gonna finish killing this Shadow Priest, and voila, we won. It was a pretty fun matches. We faced a really good team, not to undermine them anything, and look at that unholy damage, my friend. Spread them 8 as always. Thanks everybody for watching, thanks everybody for coming on my streams, and like always guys, до свидания, my friends.